Hey guys, Anthony Ace Michaels is back for week 8. Did pretty good in week 7, 2-1. We're still looking for that 3-0 week, but we're taking these 2-1s and they're stacking up. These profits are really starting to add up. Like I said, we're gonna have some nice money. You make sure you use some of that with your family on Christmas time. But the All Ohio Bowl, we did get the loss. We had 6.5, and Joe Burrow and the boys beat us by 7. So we lost that one by a point and a half, or a half a point. But that's okay, because we knew we had a really good feeling. Well, I did at the Chiefs and Mahomes. 49ers usually can't beat them. A banged up team. No McCaffrey, no brainer. And then also, we really liked, well, I really liked, I say it we because we as a family picking these games together. Me trying to lead the way. The Lions. I really like the Lions here. I said that the Vikings are mediocre at best. This video is coming out a little late. I did like the Rams on Thursday. I had a small parlay going, no big deal. It wouldn't have been one of my picks, but the Vikings are already 2 losses in the column. Lions game was a lot closer than I expected, but they still pulled it off. Still gave us the money. The better team won, like they're supposed to. Let's look at week 8. Week 8's pretty tough, looking up and down the lineups. A lot of research in these games. There's only one game that really stood out to me, so I'm going to take that game. I mean, I usually go, pretty deep. I do like Pittsburgh on Monday night, but -6 could be too much. So that's a play we'll see what happens with this first game. I'm only going to give 2 games. That'll be the second game, depending on how this first game goes. But for record-wise, I'm only going with 1 game this week, and that's going to be the Green Bay Packers over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Reasoning is Jacksonville's been struggling lately. They do have an explosive offense at times. They just can't seem to gel and get it together. 2 games in London is very rare. And then coming home after the long 2 weeks in London with no bye. A lot of teams get the bye. I know New England's not getting a bye either this week, as they were in London last week versus the Jets. But 2 weeks in London, coming home, no bye against a team in the Green Bay Packers that looks energized, looks fast. I mean, they look really good, and the matchups here are going to be in favor on both sides of the ball for Green Bay. It's a 4-point line. I took -210 because I don't like the shenanigans in those Green Bay games. They always seem to go, a couple points, but I don't see Green Bay losing this game. It's going to be one of my top plays of the week, if not month. I like them a lot. I'm going to stick with them. They lose, but everything pointing in the direction, and then also that jet lag for 2 weeks is going to be really hard to overcome. If they can't overcome it, before they went on this big trip in those first few games, first 5 games of the season, what makes you think they're going to be able to come back? I know they're in front of the home crowd. It's going to be really hard to win this game. So I like Green Bay -210 as my top play, as my survivor play. I'm going to go all in on them here. I normally don't say that, but I'm not betting anything that I wouldn't have in the past weeks. I'm between that $300 to $600 range in bets. So I will take the 420 and I will put it on Green Bay to win the 200. I know it sounds like a crazy risk, but we're up pretty good. Definitely up well over 4 digits. So we could take some of that money and we play with their money, remember. So we could bump up the bet a little bit if we got their money only. You never bump up the bet if you're chasing. Follow those simple rules. You will do just fine. I will see you back in week 9, and we're going to get closer in the final weeks to this Thanksgiving games. Pretty exciting. So I'm getting really excited here. Keeping it going. I'm in a few of these national pools. Doing pretty well. Hanging in there in the top 3. Just got to keep hanging around. And hopefully you guys are doing real good in your survivor pools. I've been giving these winners and any other kind of NFL pools. Some guys don't like to gamble on a lot, but there's a lot of pools out there that give you fake money. You go throughout the year, see how it goes, and you can only lose a certain amount of money. Then there's other ones where they're like pick'ems. There's all kinds of different confidence pools. These are the key plays we try to use our most points, our however your strategy is in your pools. I know I had a lot of guys in the past few years talking about that. But yeah, taking it right up to the local sports book if you got, throwing a few bucks on these games ain't going to hurt. But one thing you always have to remember, make sure you put money in your pocket at the end of each week. I'll see you guys next week.